confirm audio visual is clear, beta?
Clear, sir.
Clear, sir.
Okay. Okay, so we had done this question yesterday, and I'm sure you would have tried some questions. So any of those questions which I had asked you to try, if you would like me to discuss any of those questions, guys, let me know. Any of the questions which you had to try based on the similar thing, and you want any of those to be tried out, let me know. And if you're comfortable, then we move to the next category of questions. Tell me, guys. Are you okay with those 5, 6 questions I had pointed out yesterday, guys? Did you try them?
Yes, sir.
Are you okay if
Sir,
All
any of
good,
those,
sir.
yeah, any of those questions? If yeah, tell me.
sir, the last question, they are asking to calculate every 20-meter interval. So,
Which last question? Which last?
the eighth one which you pointed.
Okay, so calculate at every 20 meters. What is the problem? Let me just see the question number 8. Let me see what is your doubt. Is this the question you're talking about? Yeah. So what is the concern, beta? Isme? There are 5 holes, so
So,
it will be automatically every 20 meters, no? If there are 5 holes,
yeah.
so you didn't make the diagram, is it? You are reading the question and just figuring out whether you know it or not. That will be a
Actually, no, I did the seventh one. I started doing the eighth one and then I got confused, thinking, okay, maybe I need to do something else for this.
No. In any case, you are taking at the bulkhead, so by default it becomes 20 meters, right? Yes or
Yes,
no?
sir, yes.
Okay, any other question, guys? Whichever, if you have any questions which is of any concern, let me know.
So the fifth one, which given the RD.
Okay, this is the 5th one. Am I right? This is the 5th one. Tell me what is the issue?
RD of the wood, log of the wood of RD point.
Yeah, okay. So what all do you need to draw the load diagram? To get the load table completed, what all do you need? How can you get from this question? I am prompting you to think how to venture into uncharted waters, right? How to navigate in uncharted waters. What all do you need to make the load table, Nitin?
So we need the light displacement, cargo,
Okay,
and
and
total weight,
buoyancy, right?
buoyancy,
Distribution.
buoyancy.
So how can I get all those things from here? Can you tell me a bit?
So light displacement I can get from the length, breadth, shaft, and RD of the
So
wire.
that is the RD of the wood, correct?
RD of the wood.
Otherwise, what will you? It is the RD of the wood you will multiply with. No, you are saying length. No, you are saying length into breadth. Is the draft given? Draft is given 0.8 meters after she is loaded with whatever is given in the question, correct, Nitin?
Yes, sir.
How will you get the light displacement in this case, in this particular case?
So can we get the load displacement at minus, and we'll get the draft from that?
No, no, I didn't get you. Say again, beta.
We will get the load displacement first.
Yeah, you'll get the load displacement. I agree with you. Length into breadth
Then-
into draft into density of the water in which she is
Then we
floating.
know
Okay.
the cargo, weight of the cargo.
How do you know the weight of the cargo? Tell me. Where is it given?
Okay, 3 into 1. Okay,
How,
okay.
where is the weight of the cargo given?
3 into 1 into 0.5.
What 0.5? Is it the RD of the cargo? Read the question.
Okay, it's a wood. That's why I got confused.
No, no, I'm just trying to tell you what are you basically looking at? You are fishing for what? You are fishing for light displacement. And how is it distributed? You are fishing for cargo. And how is it distributed? And you are fishing for buoyancy and how is it distributed to complete the load table. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
So if you can get all the three from here, then there is no problem. So basically, based on the question and the information provided, you will have to apply and get these three things. Correct, Nitin?
Yes, sir.
So, guys, it's not about a particular question. It's about figuring out how to handle your problems. That is what is more important. Anybody else who was struggling in this question class? Anybody else? Because then I need to discuss with you what is it that you are struggling in, and then probably give you a push to be able to figure out your working. If anybody else is struggling in this, let me know.
Sir, here in this question, like since the car load weight is not given,
Yeah.
so but we
So
can find out the
first of
displacement
Akash,
from the
first you
truck.
tell me how many questions have you tried? Tell
Sir,
me
all
first.
sir, I've done all, sir.
So this you could do or you could not do. Tell me.
Sir, I did it. I compared,
Okay.
but just I want to verify, like confirm.
Nothing.
So
It
I
will
did
be.
like
I'll tell you. It is basically nothing. This is the log of the wood. Guys, let me make the diagram for benefit of everybody. This is 12 meters in length. It is 1 meter in breadth and 1 meter in height. And it has a RD, the wood has a wood RD of wood is, this can be done by beam as well as load method, also load curve method is 0.5. Now, when two uniform loads, each 3 meter long, that means this will divide into 6, this will be 3 each. That means there is one uniform load here and one uniform load here. Am I right, class? Yes or no?
yes, sir.
With these loads in place, this log is floating at 0.8 meters of draft in where is it floating? E1 keel in fresh water is equal to D in fresh water. Have I read the question correctly, class? Yes or no? Correct, beta?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now you see, you have the light weight or the weight of the log, that is light displacement. In this case, is nothing but weight of the log. And when RD of the wood is given, then volume of the wood that is comprising the vessel or the log multiplied by RD will be the weight of the wood, which will be light displacement. And I'm sure if anybody does not agree, he can ask me. This is the volume and this is the RD. This will be 6 tons. Am I right, guys? Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Correct. And then she has a load displacement. What is that? That is by law of flotation. That will be underwater volume 12 into 1 into 0.8. This is the underwater volume of the log multiplied by the density of fresh water. So this is 9.6 tons. Am I right, class? Yes or no?
Correct.
Okay. This will give you weight of cargo, which will be 9.6 minus 6, rest is cargo, 3.6 tons. That means it's 1.8 tons each, right? So this is 1.8 tons at 0.6 tons per meter. This is 1.8 tons at 0.6 tons per meter. Am I right, guys? Correct, beta?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no? Correct? Now, what will be buoyancy equal to? Buoyancy will be equal to load displacement, which will be 9.6 tons. Tell me, as the question already says, actually here we don't have to use our head. Question says it is floating on 0.8 meters even keel. So it is, question itself is saying, so I don't, no brainers required here. I don't have to see whether it will float on even keel or not. Since it's floating on even keel and it is box shaped, that means it is distributed at a uniform rate. So if I divide by 12, it will be 0.8 tons per meter. Why? It is box shaped on even keel. Does everybody understand what I have said here, or anybody has a doubt? Is that clear, class?
Yes, sir. Clear.
Okay. Now look at this and just tell me the count minimum. How many points should I take? Look the way you are looking at beam. Look at this diagram. Tell me how many points you think I should take to make the load table. Sorry. How many points?
4.
Ideally, sir,
Minimum
4.
four.
But we can
Minimum
take
four.
minimum
Yeah,
5.
yeah. You can take 5. You can take more. No problems at all. But minimum 4, right? So that means A, 3 meters, B, here C, and D. I'm sure these were the 4 points you're talking about. Yes or no? If somebody wants to take center, that is up to you. It's not required actually, but if you are taking, it's okay. Somebody has taken and done it correctly, it's perfectly in order. Don't worry. Let's make the load table, guys. For 4 points. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So here we have the points from left to right there, A, B, C, and D. Light displacement, please put the units here before I put, and then can you complete the light displacement row, guys? I'll complete
Yes,
after
sir.
5 seconds. Yeah, please complete. I'll complete after 5 seconds. Put the units, complete the line. And I'll not explain anything unless somebody wants anything to explain. If you have a problem, please do ask. Otherwise, you'll end up having problems. Light displacement is uniformly distributed at 0.5 tons per meter. So 0, 0.5, 0.5, 0.5, and 0. Have you correctly captured the light displacement, class, or anybody has messed it up?
Correct, sir.
Okay.
Sir,
Please
minus.
fill. Minus we can put once. Now you put minus in everywhere you want to put. It's okay, your choice. I'll put minus in the total itself, right? Okay. If you want to put minus here, put it, no problems, your choice. Okay, beta. Can you fill in the row for cargo weight in tons per meter, guys? Please fill in. Please correct me if I'm making any mistakes. There could be chances that I may also miss out something. Is the cargo correctly
Correct, sir.
captured, class? Okay. Please complete for the total weight then. Mm-hmm. 0.5, it will come here. Okay. Yeah, then it is 1.1 and 0.5. Okay. Now this will be minus. If you put minus in the above two also, it's perfectly fine. Nothing to worry about. Guys, please check. Is the load total weight what I have put is correct, or is there a miss out?
Correct, sir.
Correct. Please fill in the buoyancy then. Since left to right, it's upward, it will be positive. Is this correct, guys? Yes or no? So please complete for the load then. Have I filled up the load correctly, guys? Yes or no? Please tell me. Are these
Yes,
the
sir.
values?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Anybody who's still completing the table and wants me to take a pause here, please let me know. Anybody who's still completing the table and anybody who tried and had problems, you can also interject where you had the issue. Can you please make the load table, guys? Then load diagram, my mistake, sorry. This is A, this is D, this is midpoint, this is here, and this is here, this is B, this is C. Here it will be load. You can see I'm calibrating the y-axis also. So it's plus 0.3 here, and same distance you can take, minus 0.3. You don't have to waste time on deciding on the scale of the y-axis when values are so convenient, right? So don't unnecessarily bother. Now, 0 to minus 0.3, then minus 0.3, then goes to plus 0.3, and then remains plus 0.3. This is minus 0.3 and minus 0.3. This is minus 0.3. This is 12 meters, so this is 3 meters. This is 3 meters, and this is 6 meters, and this is plus 0.3. Is this the load diagram, guys? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Everybody is good with the load diagram, class? Tell me. Okay. How many points minimum required for SF table, class? How many minimum points for
4,
SF
sir.
table?
4, same as your load.
Okay, please make the table for the SF table. Your SF table would be like this. One, two, three, 4. SF would be in tons and points would be A, B, C, D. Now there is no question of it subdividing by areas. I'm not going to speak anything. I'm just doing it. If you want anything to be clarified, you can ask me. Are these the SF values? 0, minus 0.9, plus 0.9,
Yes,
and
sir.
0. Correct, class?
Correct, sir. Correct.
Please draw the SF diagram. I'll take a pause. I want you to draw. With reason, please draw the SF diagram if you have made the SF table. Guys, for me, it's very easy. I can keep doing and finish it off. But then again, the question, if it is slightly tweaked here and there, you should not be struggling if you know what you're doing. It cannot be a question-based approach only. Guys, how are these points to be joined? With curve, with straight line? How do I join them and why? Please tell me the reason. How do I join these straight lines? Reason, please. Your right answer is right, but the reason?
Uniform area.
No, not uniform area. Area is changing uniformly from A to B, changing uniformly from B to C, and also changing uniformly from C to D. Since the rate of change of area is uniform, therefore they'll be joined by straight lines. Samuel, is that correct? This is the response, okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That is what I meant.
No, but better you have to say it's not about what you mean, or else you'll have problems otherwise.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Needless to say, this is 0.9 minus 0.9, that is plus 0.9. It will cut at the center. Am I right, guys? Yes or no? Correct? So this will be 3 meters, this will be 3 meters, this will be 3 meters, and this will be 3 meters. Yes or no, guys? Am I right? Is
Yes,
that
sir.
correct? Okay. Now, in such easy questions, what you could consider is this, that if you take 4 triangles, you can calculate in the table also, but why mess up table? Do you agree the area of all these triangles will A1, A2, A3 and A4? Will all these areas be equal? Yes or no, beta? Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Each triangle has the same base and same height. I'm not talking of the sign, I'm talking of the values. Correct, guys?
Yes,
Correct?
sir. Yes.
So I'm sure. So what I can do if I want, you can change it. You may not do it if you don't want. It's okay. So then in the table, I'll start putting A1, A2, A3, A4 instead of wasting time with the triangles again. I'm sure you'll agree each area will be half base into height. How much does it come, guys? 1.5. So 9 and 0.45. 1.35. Am I right?
Yes, sir. 1.35.
Correct.
Yeah. Now, how many points do I need for the BM table class?
5.
5 points.
5 points. Can you please make the BM table for 5 points then? You can use A1, A2, A3 instead of cluttering the table. Since we can always keep changing our way depending on what makes the working and the presentation easier. Units of BM will be, what will be the units of BM, guys?
Newton meters.
No, ton meter, not Newton.
Ton meter. Ton meter.
Ton meter, Dodrich. And
Yes,
the
yes, yes.
points will be in the same order as in the SF diagram: A, B, X, C, and D. Now, BM at A is 0, we carry forward 0. Then you have minus area 1. That means it becomes minus 1.35. We carry forward minus 1.35. Then we have another minus area A2. It will become minus 2.7. We carry forward minus 2.7. Then we have plus area 3. It will become minus 1.35. We carry forward minus 1.35 and we have area 4. This becomes 0. Kindly confirm if I have made the BM table correctly. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Would you like to make the BM diagram before I make it? Please do so. It's all minus, so I don't have to have anything in the plus side. I can have it here. A, B, X, C, and D. I'll have BM in ton meter. Again, guys, 1.35 and 2.7 are half or double of each other. So if it is minus 2.7 here, halfway here will be minus 1.35. You don't have to waste time on such scales. I hope I'm clear that when I'm saying you don't have to waste time on the scaling such things, it is very easier to scale in such things, right? And now I'll just put the points and want you to join. Whatever little aberrations are there coming, they are because of the manual without scale plotting that I'm doing. Can you join and tell me how would it look like, guys? From A to B, it's a triangle with vertex to base. So it would be like this. From B to X, it is base to vertex, so it will remain steep and then become horizontal here because it's a vertex at X. The other side will be mirror image of it. This is vertex to base, so it will be horizontal here and steep here. And of course, it will be like this here. Do you agree with me? This something like this will be the BM curve. This will be minus 1.35, minus 1.35, and minus 2.7. Is this question clear, class?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now tell me any more question out of the lot I have given you. Please go through them again. If you have not done them, at least let me know if there's a concern. If you have done at least 2 of them, I don't think you'll have a problem. But if you have done none, then guys, this entire effort of yours would be I'll not say it will, but it may not help your cause. You have to practice and see if you have doubts. Doubts will surface only when you practice. Otherwise, if you keep listening or reading, doubts will hardly surface. And even if doubts surface, they'll be fabricated doubts. They'll not be genuine doubts. Okay, this question is done. So who started with the doubt? Nitin, is it okay now? Das?
Yes, sir, clear.
Yes, sir. All good.
Okay, anybody else has any other question from the lot that I had given? Because then I'll move on to the questions which were not to be done. So we'll move to those questions and then we'll close out in this session our SFBM beta.
Sir, one doubt regarding in the exam. We have to draw all the 3 graphs in one graph paper, or we have to use individual?
Beta, I personally don't fancy drawing on the graph, because on graph you'll be tied down. MMT may not give you more graphs, so there will be issues, and they are MMT specific issues. Okay, so there's no point in saying MMT will give you 3 or MMT will give you 1 or MMT will give you none on that day. If you personally ask me, I am more comfortable drawing on the answer sheet because that gives me the liberty. Anyway, based on your experience with MMT, if you want to bank on the graph, then you have to be guided by how many graphs MMT is ready to give you and how big are those graph papers, right, Beta? Correct?
Yes, sir, yes.
Because personally, when I was a student, I never relied on MMT graphs. One is availability, second is size, and third, if twice you rub on that graph, the graph becomes so black, then you'll not be able to then you reuse it further. So that is another challenge. So I really don't want to comment on it because you may have the space constraint on the graph, so scale will be compromised. So all these issues will be there. So if you are comfortable, see, I have been drawing without graph paper by hand in front of you. Only thing is you have to use straight lines and proper lines. That's all you have to do. Like my distance between A and B and X may not be equal, but if you're scaling with this scale, then all these distances will be taken care of, and the diagram automatically takes the shape. So my suggestion would be don't over rely on the graph. Be comfortable drawing on the answer sheet, and that day if you think you are getting a good graph paper, you want to use it, by all means use it. Okay, guys, any more questions from the lot that was to be done?
Sir, I just want to know for my just general knowledge, this BM, it's going to be like a hog or a sag? I'm not sure if I'm asking a right question also.
No, your question is absolutely right. There's absolutely no problem. Now, in this case, look at the thing. It is a clear case of hog, beta. It's a clear case of hog because you have more weights at the ends and less weights of midship. So it is a clear case of hog, right?
Oh, yes, sir, correct.
No, it's a clear case of hog. Okay. Now,
So
another thing I'll tell you, if you see a printout of the SFBM, stresses on the lodicator, sometimes their signs may be reversed. So it doesn't matter. In those cases, maybe the hog will have a positive BM coming there. So if you come across a reversal of signs on your lodicator, just don't be surprised. Neither the lodicator is wrong, nor what you're studying is wrong. It's only the sign issue. Otherwise, the stress values will not change. Okay.
Yeah.
Right,
Okay,
guys? So don't get unnecessarily confused whether lodicator is wrong or were you taught wrong. It's neither of the two. Both are right. Only thing is the lodicator may be using a reciprocal sign convention, right, Peter?
Oh, yes.
Okay. 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 Any more doubts, guys? Last opportunity on what you are to practice on your own. Okay. Now we go on to the questions which we had skipped, which I did not ask you to do. I think we started with the 6th question, or the 4th was also left, is it? Was the
Yes,
4th also? 4th was also left, is it? Let me go to 4th then. Yeah, the 4th was also left. Let me clear it. And you see, guys, if you have done these questions, practically all of them were from MMD papers. Practically all of them were from MMD papers. Now, before we go to question number 4, let me clarify some concepts, because if you do it with the question will look unnecessarily difficult. Okay, question is not difficult, it's about the concept. Guys, yesterday, when I said that there is a hold which is 20 meter long and has 200 tons of cargo, and I said, how much is the cargo at X in tons per meter? What was your answer, guys? At X, cargo
10
in 10 tons per meter. You said 10 tons per meter. Now, X is a point. Okay. So is X covering 1 meter? No. X is a point. Is the weight of cargo at 1.10 tons? No. No, not at all. Okay. Then what does it actually mean? See, here you did not question me because it was a straight, simple, evident thing. And you said, okay, yeah, it is 200 divided by 10, 20 or whatever, 20 to 200 divided by 20, 10 tons per meter. And you accepted and you moved on. You did not challenge it without even thinking. Why? Because you said, yeah, it's straight. But my question is point X spanning over 1 meter? No. So is the weight of cargo at point X 10 tons? Definitely no. Then what is this 10 tons per meter at X? What does it actually mean? Guys, this is similar to your speed when I ask you, if I ask you the speed of your car at any point and you tell me 60 kilometers per hour. At that moment, when I ask you, what is your speed? And you say 60 kilometers per hour. Have you covered 1 hour during our exchange of 2 sentences? No. During the exchange of those 2 sentences, have you covered 60 kilometers? No. So what was it? What does 60 kilometers per hour mean? 60 kilometers per hour means that if the speed that was there when I asked you, if the same speed is continued for a period of 1 hour, the distance covered will be 60 kilometers. Am I right, guys? Yes or no? Correct?
Yes, sir.
Do you agree this is what 60 kilometers per hour means? Neither 1 hour lapsed between our 2 sentences, nor 60 kilometers was actually covered between 2 sentences. What is the speed? And you said 60 kilometers was not covered in these 2 sentences. So what did it mean? It meant that if that speed, whatever you said at that time, continues for a period of 1 hour, the distance so covered will be 60 kilometers. Does everybody agree, or anybody has any questions on the instantaneous speed and what does it mean, guys? Is it clear? Likewise, guys, what does the weight of a cargo depend upon? The weight of the cargo will depend upon the volume of the cargo and its density, or RD, whatever you want to say. Okay, whatever the cargo, RD varies from cargo to cargo, no problem. But in one hold, if it's the same cargo, everywhere the RD would be same. What does the volume of the cargo depend upon? In a box-shaped cargo hold, guys, it will depend upon the length, breadth, and height of the cargo. Correct, beta? This is length, breadth, and height of cargo will determine the volume of the cargo. Am I right, guys? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, when I'm saying what is the cargo weight in tons per meter, that means I want to calculate one volume, some volume. Over how much? It says per meter. That means I want to calculate the volume of cargo over a length of 1 meter. Over how much breadth? Over the entire breadth of the hold, because the hold is loaded from one side to another. So that means breadth of the hold. Then what could be varying from point to point, guys? Height of the cargo. Now, in case that we were discussing yesterday, the height of cargo at X was same as the height of cargo at Y. That means if I have to get the weight of cargo over 1 meter, breadth being the breadth of the hold, then what does it mean? That if I continue the same height of the cargo, like if I continue the same speed of the vehicle, so likewise, if I continue the same height of the cargo, which height? The height at X, the height at point in question. Because likewise, which speed? Speed when I asked you. So if you continue the same speed, which was the speed when I asked you for 1 hour, the distance covered will be 60 kilometers. Now, in our case, the length, when you say there was 1 hour, it is 1 meter is standardized by the unit, cargo per unit length. So that means if I continue the same speed for 1 hour, that means now if I continue the same height, because height is could only be the changing factor. So that means if I continue the same height of the cargo as the height at X over how much length? Over 1 meter length. Then the weight of the cargo contained in that volume is the weight at X in tons per meter. Have you understood what I have said, or whatever you have not understood, please let me know. Because before we start attacking the question, this point needs to be fixed. You need to understand this, otherwise unnecessarily in the question we'll be deviating and explaining this issue, and then some of you will tend to mug up. Guys, see, if my cargo is like this, in the same 20-meter hold, cargo is like this. Now at X, now height is something, and at Y, the height is different. So obviously the weight of the cargo per meter at X is less compared to weight of the cargo per unit per meter at Y. But what has changed between X and Y? You're talking of 1 meter in both the cases. You're talking the same breadth of the hold for both the cases. What has changed from X to Y? It is only the height of cargo. Do you agree with me, class? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay. So what will be the weight of the cargo in tons per meter at X? Suppose the height of the cargo at X is H1. Then what will be the volume over 1 meter if the same height continues? If same height continues, the volume will be 1 meter length multiplied by the breadth of the hold multiplied by height at X. This will be the volume. And this volume multiplied by the RD of the cargo will give you weight in tons per meter at X. Understood, guys? Yes or no? Clear, beta? Is that clear, class?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Here you see, It was the same height. So this is over 1 meter. The weight of this cargo was 20 tons. That is what it meant. What is the weight per unit at X when you are making the load table? So have you understood, if the height is changing, if the cargo height is changing, how are we going to get the weight of the cargo per unit length? Yes or no? For the load table. Understood, class?
सर अगर ये y along the y side of the hole लेंगे तो
कहाँ
will
पे
it
बेटा?
become L? तो ये जो x एक तो मतलब like let's say like जो कार्गो का आपने स्लोप है ना उस
हाँ,
पे एक तो x हो गया, ठीक है,
हाँ,
एक y हो गया. Let's
हाँ.
assume the height of cargo at y equals to h2. तो will it become L into b into h2 into rd?
Yes, that will be the weight of the cargo per
Okay,
meter
okay,
at y.
ठीक है सर.
Yes, correct.
Okay,
You're right.
understood. Okay, sir, okay.
Yeah, that's correct, because the weight of the cargo is changing because of what? 1 meter is not changing, breadth is not changing. What is changing then? RD is not changing. What is changing? It's only the height. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Guys, before I go to the question, we are on this slide. Please discuss as much as you want on any of the issues. And if none, then we are set to take up the remaining 2-3 questions, and then we'll close with the last question. Guys, a box-shaped vessel, 30 meters by 8 meters, floats in seawater with iron ore of stowage factor 0.67 cubic meters per ton, stored to a height of 4 meters at mid-length and sloping uniformly to nil at the ends. The vessel then floats in fresh water at an even keel draft of 4 meters. Draw SF and BM diagram. Again, MMD May 2022. So you need to be responding to questions. You need to be proactive and help me in doing the question. Let me make the first diagram so that the next question you can make the diagram. A box-shaped vessel is like this. Length 30 meters, breadth 8 meters. It floats in seawater with iron ore. Okay. You see, first it floats in seawater. Again, this is an MMD question, unfortunately. Okay. But I will use fresh water because it says the vessel then floats. Initially, it may be floating in seawater, but when it loads the cargo, I don't know why 2 densities have come. God only knows what they have done. But anyway, so I'll be driven by fresh water because he says the vessel then floats in fresh water at even keel draft of 4 meters. So 4 meters, since I'll be using the draft, and the draft is very explicitly given in fresh water. Why this seawater was given here, I don't know. Okay. And I don't want to unnecessarily change the question just because then if the question has both the things, somebody repeats the question, then you'll again get confused. So let it be as it was in the MMD exam. It is stored to a height of 4 meters at mid length and it's sloping to 0 at the ends. This is the cargo. Am I right, guys? This height is 4 meters. Correct, class? Am I right? And RD
Yes,
of the
sir.
cargo is given as 0.67. RD does not have units. So no, this is stowage factor. This is not RD, sorry. Stowage factor of the cargo is 0.67 cubic meters per ton. My mistake, sorry. When it is loaded with this cargo, the question says it is floating in fresh water at a draft of 4 meters. Since the height of the cargo and draft are equal given by the question, so I'm drawing at the same level. This is 4 meters draft, but in fresh water. Guys, can you help me in finding the load displacement of this vessel? Again, the question is, before you start doing it, please, we want to make the load table. We need, as somebody's identified earlier, Nitin, I think Das identified, we'll need the light displacement. How is it distributed? we'll need the cargo, how is it distributed, and we'll need the buoyancy, how is it distributed. And now we'll be working towards getting these three things, and then we'll be good to make the load table. Guys, how do I get the load displacement? I'm sure you'll agree with me. It will be 30 into 8 into 4 into 1. Yes or no, beta? Am I right? 1 is the density of the fresh water, right? At 4 meters draft. Correct, class? By law of flotation, can we get the load displacement?
Yes, sir.
How much does it come?
960.
960.
960.
Okay. Now, by using our geometry and the volume of the cargo and the stowage factor, can we get the weight of the cargo, total weight of the cargo?
Total
Anybody?
weight of the cargo, sir, 321.6.
Okay, we'll see it. 321.6. Anybody else who wants to calculate? When you are given the stowage factor, it will be volume divided by stowage factor, not multiplied by stowage factor. Correct, guys? Correct. So it will be the volume of the cargo divided by stowage factor. What will be the volume of the cargo? The shaded triangle that you are seeing on the side view multiplied by the breadth of the hold. Am I right, guys? Yes or no? Correct? Does everybody agree with me?
Yes,
The volume of the
Yes.
cargo? The volume of the cargo will be half. Base is 30 meters. Height is 4 meters. This is the area of the triangle. Multiplied by breadth 8 meters. This becomes the volume of the cargo. Divided by the stowage factor 0.67. How many tons is the weight of the cargo, class?
716.4.
716.4. What did you do? Did you take half the triangle, beta, and forgot to double it
नहीं
up?
सर नहीं सर वो मैंने स्टोरेज फैक्टर से मल्टीप्लाई कर दिया जल्दी
Okay,
जल्दी
so
गलती हो गया मेरे से
be careful. Be careful. Okay, be careful. Okay. Now, what is the differentiating the load displacement from the cargo weight? It's a light displacement, right? So if we subtract this, that will give us the light displacement. That will be 0.6, then 9 is 3, then 5 is 4. 243.6 tons, guys, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
yes sir
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, now you don't have to make any assumption here. The cargo weight is uniformly distributed. You can see about midship. You can see its cargo is uniformly distributed, mirror image on each side. And loaded vessel is on upright, on even keel in freshwater. So why it will be on even keel? Only when all the weights are symmetrically distributed about midships. Cargo visibly is distributed symmetrically. So that means the other weight, light displacement, will also be symmetrically distributed. So what will be the light displacement distributed at? You can divide it by 30. How many tons per meter, guys?
8.12.
8.12 tons per meter. Okay, guys. So we have now, okay. How much will be the buoyancy, guys? Let's also deal with the buoyancy. How much will be the buoyancy? How much will be buoyancy, guys?
32
The values?
tons per meter.
32 tons per meter
What total is how much?
23.8.
960, sir.
960 divided
960 tons, right? At the rate of 32 tons per meter. Why? Because it is again box shaped on even keel. If any of these conditions are violated, then buoyancy will not be uniformly distributed. Am I clear, class? Am I good? Are you good up to this point, class? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
yes sir
Okay. Now, guys, look, the way you are looking at beam, look at this diagram also the same way. What do you think? How many points you think we should be picking up for the load table? Whatever your gut feeling, instinct says, give me that answer.
3.
3
sir.
He says 3.
3. 3, sir.
Very, very good. Everybody feel so. Don't. It's not something so difficult. And I'm sure when you said 3, from left to right, you meant A, B, and C. Correct, guys?
Correct, sir.
Correct, sir.
Guys, when I have to make load table, I have the light displacement. How is it distributed? It's already here, guys. I have the buoyancy, and how is it distributed here? Only thing is, I'll need the weight of the cargo at per unit length at A, B, and C. And I just explained to you on what parameter will that depend. That will depend on the height of the cargo. What is the height of cargo at A and C, guys? 0. Correct? Correct?
Correct.
So if you continue over 1 meter with 0 height of the cargo, what will be the weight of the cargo then per meter at A and C? 0. Am I right? Correct, class?
Yes, sir.
So weight of cargo in tons per meter at A and C will be 0. Correct, guys? What will be the weight of the cargo in tons per meter at B? I said if the same height as at B continues for 1 meter, then the weight of the cargo will be the weight in tons per meter over 1 meter if it continues for 1 meter. So how much is the length? 1 meter. How much is the breadth of the cargo? 8 meters, the breadth of the ship. How much is the height of the cargo? 4 meters. So this will be the volume of the cargo. And to get the weight, I can divide by stowage factor, and that will give me the weight of the cargo in tons per meter at B. How much does it come, class?
47.76, sir.
47.76. Now, please take a pause and see if you are in agreement. There should not be any confusion in the minds. It should not happen that we complete the full question and your mind is stuck here. Anybody has any questions to ask? Because then we are all set to make a load table with 3 points. Okay, if no questions, fine. Let's make, you could have made it 8.1 and you could have, after writing this, you could have made 8.1 or and 78.8. Anyway, I'll continue like this, no issues. You can now make the load table. And as you rightly said, 3 points are more than enough. So we'll make it for 3 points. A, B, and C points. Guys, can you fill up the light displacement in tons per meter? Can you please fill it up? Is it correct, guys? 0, 8.12, 8.12, 8.12, and 0, right? Right, class?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, guys.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah, weight of the cargo. Cargo weight units, tons per meter. Now, since it is 0 on just to the right of A also, because height is practically 0. So we don't have to divide A and C into 2 because it is 0 to the left of A, it is 0 at A to the right of A. So we don't have to divide. If there was a sudden change at A, then A and C could have been required to be divided. Yes or no, beta? Am I right?
Yes,
Is there
sir.
a need to divide A and C? I don't think you'll say that there is a need to divide A and C in this case. Yes or no? Correct, beta?
Correct,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Right? So it is 0, 0, and even B does not have to be divided because it is gradually increasing and then gradually decreasing. How much is it? 47.76. This will give us the total weight in tons per meter. Since A and C are divided in the first row, so they will need to be divided. It will be 0, it will be 8.12, This will be 8.88 and 55.88. This will be 8.12 and 0. Since it's acting downwards and we are going from left to right, minus, 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 minus. And now we'll have buoyancy. It is suddenly changing at the end. So obviously then you'll have to divide, and buoyancy is 32. 32, yeah, 32. Guys, is everybody aligned? Then upwards, plus, plus, plus. Everybody agrees up to all these columns, or you can interject anytime, guys. You don't have to wait for the question to get over. Always raise your doubt then and there so that you are again aligned with the class. Otherwise, you'll remain stuck there only, and you may not be able to focus further. This will take us to the load in tons per meter. These two have to be divided, 0. So 88.3123.
23.
This will be plus, this is plus.
Right.
This will be minus 23.88. This will be plus 23.88. And this will be 0. Correct, guys?
Correct, sir.
Okay.
Correct,
Now we'll make the load diagram before we proceed further. First, we'll plot the points. They are same again, as I say in such cases. Don't unnecessarily waste too much of time because same values up and down. So A, B, E, it is load in tons per meter. It is plus 23.88. Same, you rotate the compass, use the compass, mark it there and mark the same thing on the other side. In such cases, they are simple cases which should not unnecessarily eat into your time. Now, first I mark the points. It's 0 here. It's plus 23.88. And then it comes down to minus 23.88. And 0. Guys, look at the diagram and now tell me guys, which are the forces, which are the three forces which are responsible for the load, changing load in tons per meter? Which are the three forces? Which are the three forces responsible for the changing load from point to point? What are the three forces? Light displacement, weight, and buoyancy, correct?
Correct.
Sir, excuse me.
Now, in this case, let's evaluate all the three. Is the light weight?
ये डायग्राम गलत बना है सर. एक की वैल्यू सेकंड में प्लस 20.
अच्छा उल्टा हो गया.
नहीं
Okay,
ठीक
है. My mistake. Okay, thanks for pointing out. Okay, fine. So from at A it goes here. So okay, this is not there, right? Right, and this is here. Okay, fine. Thanks for pointing out. Right, beta?
नहीं सर B के नीचे है सर.
B पे है.
B के नीचे सही है सर. It's an it's
अच्छा B के नीचे है.
हाँ
और
सर.
इसका यहाँ पर है.
हाँ सर.
Yes, sir. Correct.
Okay. ठीक है. This is not there. Okay, fine. ठीक है. Okay. Now, what are the three forces? Three forces in question are the light displacement. Now, is the light displacement in this particular case, is it same at all the points per unit length? Was the light displacement uniformly distributed? Yes or no? So if you plot the light displacement, will you get a horizontal straight line graph at all the points from A, B, C? Will the light displacement graph be a horizontal line? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Will the buoyancy graph be a horizontal line? Yes or no, and why?
Yes, because it is same.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Why?
It's evenly distributed.
because it is 32 tons per meter at every point, right? So if you plot 32, 32, 32 and join, it will be a straight horizontal line. Correct, beta? On a scale. Correct? Is the cargo weight a horizontal straight line or a slanting straight line? Look at even the beam diagram, even the box-shaped vessel diagram is showing you. Is the cargo weight going to be slanting straight line, or will it be a horizontal straight line or a vertical straight line?
Should be slanting.
Slanting straight line. It will be changing from as the height is changing in a slanting way. The weight per unit length of cargo will also change the same way. Yes or no, guys? Am I right?
Correct, sir. Correct.
Yes, sir.
So out of the 3 graphs, 2 graphs are horizontal. 1 graph is slanting straight line. If you algebraically add all these, naturally the resultant will be a slanting straight line. Yes or no? The cumulative effect, the combined effect of all the 3 will be what? Slanting straight line. In the questions that you did yesterday, go back to those questions. The lightweight was a straight horizontal line. The buoyancy was a straight horizontal line. Cargo weights were horizontal lines. Okay, their values may be changing from hold to hold, but in each segment they were horizontal lines. Correct, beta? Yes or no?
Yes.
The questions that you did yesterday, right?
Yes.
Correct, guys? The 5-6 questions that you did yesterday, there the cargo was also, the cargo graph would have been horizontal. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Let me show it here. Let me take you back to the question that we did yesterday. You see here, guys. Oh, that box shaped mess. It's here. See here. The cargo weight graph. Straight line, straight line, straight line, straight line. Don't you think if I make a cargo graph per unit length, that will be this grain line making of horizontal segments? Yes or no? Correct? Correct, beta?
Yes, sir.
In this question number 1 that we did yesterday, correct? So
Yes,
in
sir.
this, the cargo graph was horizontal lines. Buoyancy was a horizontal line. Light displacement was a horizontal line. As a result, the resultant curve, the load curve, was also comprising of horizontal lines. Understood, guys? Yes or no? Correct? Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Today, what is happening is this one is still a horizontal line. This one is still a horizontal line, but the cargo graph has become a slanting straight line. It has become a slanting straight line. So when the cargo graph is a slanting straight line, when the cargo graph is a slanting straight line, okay, when the cargo graph is a slanting straight line and the other 2 graphs are straight, so the resultant will be slanting straight lines. So that means I go at A from 0 to plus 23.8. Then I go to minus 23.8 here. 88. That means this will be joined with a straight slanting line. Then I go to plus 23.88 here. And then I come to 0. And this will be my load diagram. Have you understood, beta, or you want to ask anything? Is that clear, beta?
Yes, sir. Clear.
Okay. Now for SF, would 3 points be sufficient or do I need to add more?
Sir, we can add
2
more.
more, sir.
We have to add minimum 2 more,
sir.
beta.
Yes, sir.
It's not an
Because
option.
it's crossing.
Correct. So we can take X and Y. Guys, tell me, are all these areas identical? A1, A2, A3, A4. Why? Because it is 23.88, 23.88, so it will be the mid length. So each of them would be 7.5. Am I right, beta?
Correct, sir.
So like the previous case, we made it for SF. Now we can have these triangles here so that when I make the SF table, it becomes easier. A1 will be equal to A2, will be equal to A3. So it's one time thing which will make it easier for me. It will be 1 by 2 into 7.5 into 23.88. How much does this come, beta?
89.55.
89.5. So let me take 89.6, right? No problems. Okay, beta? Is that correct, beta?
Yes.
Okay. It's just check, is it 89.6 is correct? It should not happen that this value is wrong and then we...
Correct.
89.5.
Okay. So now I'll take the screenshot of this and carry it on to the next slide where we'll work the SF and BM for this question. If anybody wants to take a screenshot, you can take it here, guys. Or you can take the combined one at the end, your choice. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Now we'll make the SF table for the 5 points. SF table by areas under load diagram. And we make it for 5 points, guys. And we put the SF will be in tons. My points will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A, X, B, Y, and C. If anybody has any questions, I'll just complete the SF table. If you want to ask anything, please let me know. 0, 0 plus A1, that means plus 89.6 plus 89.6 minus A2 becoming 0, 0 minus A3 minus 89.6 minus 89.6 plus A4 is 0. Have I filled up the SF table correctly, guys? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we move on to making the SF diagram. SF diagram. Again, the values are repetitive, so no time to waste on the scale, guys. Scaling should not take much time. So A, then X, then same distance B, and same distance Y, and same distance C. Each one of them is 7.5 apiece. Plus 89.5, 89.6 minus 89.6. This is SF in tons. We'll first plot the points and not worry about joining them. A, it is 0. X, it is plus 89.6. Then it is minus 89.6. No, it's 0. And minus 89.6 and 0. Guys, tell me now, look at the load diagram. Do I join them with straight line or how do I join the SF at A and X? Look at the load diagram. Will it be a straight line? Will it be a curve?
It will be a curve from base to
Why?
base.
Because we are integrating areas in a triangle or under a slanting line. So resultant will be a curve. So here SF will be a curve. The first triangle is from base to vertex. So guys, again, if you can do it like this, see, I can do it without it because I have done it so many times. But if you have a doubt, you can divide it into 4 parts. And if you go to mid base here, I'm doing something on the load diagram for the benefit of those who may, that if I go to half the length, it will be trapezium, and trapezium will be 75% of 89.6. Am I right, guys? Yes or no? Correct? Correct? So at the mid length, it will come somewhere here. And this will be the shape. This, see, my graph was also coming there only. So the more you practice, more you'll be able to sort it out. If you have any doubts, let me know. This will be the shape of the curve. If any part of the curve is not clear to you, let me know. I have already explained this earlier, but never mind. If you have an issue, let me know which part are you concerned about. This is the SF diagram. Base to vertex, vertex to base, base to vertex, vertex to base. Correct, guys?
Correct, sir.
Guys, everybody to complete not from the board, but with your own knowledge that you have acquired, and then see if it matches. If it does not match or if it is causing concern, let me know. You have your exams within a week now, so you can't say I'll practice at home in the evening. Don't carry the burden home. You can discuss if there's a concern. Does everybody agree with the SF diagram, class? Yes or no? Sahil?
Yes, sir.
Samir? Ali?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All understood?
Okay. Yes, sir.
Understood.
Now, guys, for BM again, you see, such simple cases, what I'm adopting is a very simple technique. Do you agree all these areas are same? A1, A2, A3, A4. Yes or no? Correct?
Yes. Yes, sir.
So I can just calculate them in one go. Now, these are the areas under the curve. So we'll apply Simpson's rule, and we'll keep it simple by using Simpson's rule 1. So guys, area A1 will be equal to A2, will be equal to A3, will be equal to A4. And all of them will be equal to what? What is the coefficient for rule 1? Okay, before we apply.
1 4 1 by 3.
Yeah, 1 4 1 coefficient is 1 by 3. See, guys, we need 3 ordinates. We take this one. This you already know how much is it? Plus 89.6. How much is this? 0. You need one in between here. And you see, if you read from the graph, then you will have inaccuracies. But you know at mid length, it will be 75% of 89.6. Am I right, guys? Yes or no?
Yes, sir. 7.
It will be 0.75 of 89.6. So you can just quickly do it on your calculator and put the value. 89.6 into 0.75. Sorry, beta. 67.2. Yeah, tell me.
7.2 directly.
Say again.
Can we take the whole curve between A and B directly and take A?
No,
and B?
you cannot take the whole curve. And why you cannot take the whole curve is like this. Don't make that mistake. He's saying A, X, and B. And you have this curve, you have this 0 here. Now let me just tell him what it is. And you have plus 89.2 here or whatever value, right, beta? Yes or no?
Yes.
Now, if you take only these 3 points, then what will happen? If the curve was joined like this, as it has been joined, this is the area. But what happens if this curve is joined like this? Is the area same? Is the area same?
It is different.
But the 3 ordinates still remain the same. And if you keep applying the same rule, it will give you the same answer. Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So unless you take unless you get another value somewhere, how will the rule sense the curve? It will not be able to sense the curve, correct?
Yes, sir. Understood.
Understood? So you can't do straight the full by 141, even if the answer by hook or crook is coming same. I hope I have given you the logic, because tomorrow, if it was vertex to base, then the diagram will become like this. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
And
Yes, sir.
then this ordinate will become less, right?
25.
Yeah, 25%, correct. So have you understood? You can't take the full beta. Don't do that, right? Okay. So this will be 67.2. I just told you 67.2. So now what will be coefficient 1/3? You can do it in one line. Yeah, now you're doing phase one. Otherwise, it's already a lengthy question. And then if I start making tables for Simpson's rules, it will send me into spin unnecessarily. First ordinate is 0. So 0 into 1. Just for your identification, I'm underlining the multiplier. Plus 67.2 into 4 plus 89.61. And on the calculator, you can just get the area and write here, right? Okay, H also H, right? Guys,
Yes,
H also into H. H will be 7.5 by 2, right? 7.5 by 2. A to X is 7.5, correct? So
Yes,
H will be 7.5 by 2, right? 3.75. So how much is this area coming? A1, A2, A3, A4?
Four, 4, 8.
448, okay. Guys, everybody has understood how this area has been calculated. Sahil Yadav, have you understood how this area has been calculated, beta?
Understood, sir. Simpson's rule.
1/3 into H into SOP area, right? 141 laga ke.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Understood.
Okay. Now, guys, are 5 points as in SF table, are they good for BM, or are we required to take any extra point for BM table?
No need.
No need.
No.
By areas under SF diagram. Guys, if anybody has any doubt, you can interject a bit. Don't worry, you can interject. Where was I doing? Okay, let me just. Okay, back if I go, it will come. Okay. One, two, three, four, 5. BM units will be ton meter, guys. It will be A, X, B, Y, C. It's 0, 0 plus A1 is plus 448 plus 448 plus A2 plus 6, 496. Sorry, 896 plus 896 minus A3 plus 448. Okay, A3. Okay, fine. And plus 448 minus A4, 0. Are these correct values, beta?
Correct, sir. Exactly.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we make the BM table. I have only plus, so in this case, I don't have to have anything below the x-axis. I can take the liberty of stretching it down. I have A, then I have X, same distance I have B, same distance I have Y, and same distance I have C. I'll have BM in ton meter. Again, this scale is half and full, so don't worry, take any distance as plus 896 and exactly halfway of it mark plus 448. And put the values, it's 0, it's plus 448, it's this one, plus 448 and 0. What have I done? I've just plotted the points, that's all. Now guys, you are integrating areas under a curve because SF diagram is a curve. So you are integrating areas under the curve, and the resulting shape will also be a curve. Resulting will also be a curve. Now, how do you visualize and quickly give the shape? Look at the SF diagram.
Yes.
Just imagine if I replace the curve of the SF diagram, only imagine, I don't actually do it. If I imagine to replace the curve of the SF diagram with straight lines, then it will turn into triangles. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
The first triangle will be from vertex to base because initially the curve, the rate of change is less and then it is increasing. Correct, beta?
Correct,
So
sir.
if first will be from, then imaginary triangle will be first will be from vertex to base, next will be base to vertex, then vertex to base and base to vertex. Correct?
Correct, sir.
So you can take that will give you the lead how to shape. Because in the curve, initially the rate is less at A, and it is the rate of change is peak A of the area change is peaking at X, then it starts reducing and again becomes 0 at B. Then it starts increasing on the negative side, becomes maximum at Y, and then again at 0. So that triangle, if I imagine that these are replaced by straight lines, what am I saying? If some of you may not have understood, that it is just a tip to give shape. That if I imagine that if I replace it with a straight line, this becomes a triangle from vertex to base. This becomes a triangle from base to vertex. This becomes a triangle from vertex to base. Have you understood what I'm saying? Okay. Now using that as a lead, you can give it a shape. First one will be from vertex to base. So it will be like this. Like this. Second one is base to vertex. So it will be initially peaking, steep like this, continuation of the steep, and then becoming horizontal 0 here. And exact mirror image of it on this side, exact mirror image of it on this side will complete your BM diagram. Have you understood, guys? Yes or no? Plus 896 plus 448 plus 448. These questions are much simpler actually, because there are only 3 values that you have to work with. And even the graph does not take much time. Is this question clear, beta? Have a good look at it. And if you want to ask anything, let me know. Is it understood better?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's take 1 or 2 more questions in the class for this. I'll continue scrolling and we'll stop at next question. I think you had skipped was question number 6. Am I right? Just check. 5th we had done, and 6th I used to explain it to you. No, this we have done. This is the part of 5th only. So I can keep it. Let me just delete it from here then. Then 6th is, 6th you had skipped. Okay. Guys,
question as 4.
Okay, it came again. That means it's the same mid length. Okay, it came again in August 18. Then okay, maybe I've copied it twice then. But that means it's a repeat question, guys. It's a repeat question. Okay. Then 7th you already have done it. Then we come to 8th. Yeah, no, 8th you have done. No. This was 9th, storage factor. Okay, this one. Let's do this one. Please do this one. Guys, can you make a diagram of this based on the question? Please make the box-shaped side view with cargo. It's March 22. Once you're done, let me know, then I'll draw, guys. I'll also do with you, but I'll give you the lead now. Drawn?
Yes, sir.
Done, sir.
Okay, now I'll quietly draw, and if you have any doubts, then only I'll speak. I'm sure up to this point you would have drawn like this, yes or no? Correct? Is this what you have drawn up to this point, guys?
Yes, sir.
But now, I don't know whether you have drawn it or not. You need to visualize. हाँ,
सर लाइट जो आपका आ रहा है वो 8 टन्स पर मीटर आ रहा है
5 tons per meter है.
okay, 5. Okay, 5 कर दो. Is the diagram, is this what you have done, or you have drawn anything more than this? First, I was talking of something else right now. Anything else you have drawn over and above this?
No, sir.
Please, no, you have to. Please visualize how will be the water line. And tell me, will the vessel be on even keel, yes or no?
Yes, sir. Even keel.
Guys, that is also an integral part of the question, because otherwise you will not be able to decide how the points. Even keel. Reason in the bracket.
Weights on both sides are equal.
Weight on the each end is almost same.
Weight on each side are symmetrical.
It is same.
Weights are symmetrical and it is box shaped. Yes or no? Correct? That's why it is even keel. Correct, beta? Am I right? Because weights may be symmetrical, but
Yes,
what
sir.
happens if the buoyancy is not symmetrical? Am I right? Have you understood,
Yes,
class?
ठीक है, sir.
Okay. Whatever be the draft, less than 3 meter, more than 3 meter is not the issue. So now here, I'm writing clearly as the weight, light displacement and cargo are symmetrically distributed about midships, and vessel is box shaped, so it will float on even keel. Is that clear, beta? Have you understood the reason? Right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now let's first find out. We have to find out the light displacement that is already given. We have to find the weight of the cargo. Can you please find out the weight of the cargo, total weight of the cargo weight?
360 ton.
360 tons. The area of the two triangles, each base is 12 meters, height is 3 meters, multiplied by breadth, that is the volume, divided by the stowage factor. So one triangle area is half base into height, and we have two such triangles. So area of the two triangles, or you can multiply by breadth and then multiply by 2, doesn't matter. This will be the volume of the cargo multiplied by 6 divided by stowage factor 0.6. Is this what you did and how much it came, beta?
So 360.
360. This is, everybody is clear with 360, guys? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
And what is the light displacement? Light displacement is 120 tons. So guys, this little basic here and there, basically your aim is to get the buoyancy, your aim is to get the light displacement, your aim is to get the how the cargo is distributed. This gives you the load displacement. Load displacement will become 480 tons, right guys? Am I right? 360 plus 120?
Yes, sir, 480.
Correct. And why I need the load displacement? Because I need the buoyancy. That's why I'm needing the load displacement. This will be equal to buoyancy, and buoyancy will be equal to 480 tons at the rate of 20 tons per meter. And now, because it is box shaped, and we have already said above that it is floating on even keel. We have given the reason above why it is on even keel. Is this clear, beta? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Guys, for cargo, for load table, how many points you think we need? Look at the diagram.
3, sir. 3
Three.
points.
So let me name them A, B, and C. What is the weight of the cargo at B per meter? Weight of cargo in tons per meter at B is how much?
0.
0. Because height of the cargo is 0. Is the weight per unit length at A and C same? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so we calculate it here. Weight of cargo in tons per meter at A and C is volume of the cargo if the same height continues for 1 meter divided by stowage factor. Can you please calculate? It will be 1 meter length multiplied by breadth of 6 meters multiplied by the height of 3 meters divided by stowage factor of 0.6. How much does it come?
30, sir.
30 tons per meter. Okay. Now we are good to make the load table. Let's make the load table for 3 points, guys. I know some of you will make mistakes, but I don't want to sound you up front, and you may make mistake in capturing the capturing the cargo weight. Be careful. I had already discussed this in the last question also. If it is you have heard it, you may be able to save the mistake. But if you I'll let you make the mistake and let you learn the harder way then, because then probably it will sink in more. Can you fill up the light displacement, guys? Please write the units in tons per meter. Fill in the light displacement. Is this what you filled up? Yes or no? Please tell me.
Yes, sir.
Class? Ali, is this what you filled up or something else?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Now we come to cargo weight. Please fill up cargo weight and be careful. I've already sounded. My job is to warn you and see if you can avoid a mistake. Once you're done, let me know. I'll fill up after that. Akshay, pen down something. If you have
Done, sir.
doubt, put it down in rough ABC. Put down in rough, no problem, but put it down for sure. Put it down for sure. Because if you are wrong, you'll correct it. And if you're right, then you're right. Then there's nothing to worry. Guys, in this case, A and C have to be divided. If you did not divide, then you might miss out something. Why? Because to the left of A, it is 0. And just to the right of A, it becomes 30. It is 0, 30, 0. Did you do this or did you miss out, guys?
Same.
Yes.
Okay, good. Yeah, good. If you have done same, fantastic. Because last question we did not divide A and C because it was 0 on the other side also, right? But this question we have to divide. So please be careful. Now you can complete. Please complete and get me the loads. Don't stop now. Complete the thing and get me the loads. If you have got the loads, please make the load diagram. Then we'll go to the next sheet. You don't have to look at the screen. If you're comfortable, you can continue doing, guys.
सर आपने उल्टा बना दिया सर.
मैंने उल्टा बना दिया. Okay.
B is plus
-15.
Okay. Well, thank you for pointing out. Good that you are alert. Good. Never mind. I'll take it on the next slide because if I close it here, then it will not be able to. It will all get deleted. Okay. Okay, no problem. Thank you for pointing out. I'll make the load diagram here again. A, B, B. Then we have 0 to -15. Okay. Then it goes +15. And then it goes to -15 here. I hope I'm now correct, right, Peter? we'll have this. Six. 45. 45 का 3 foot. 75. Okay. 33.8.
180.
Yeah, okay, 33.8. 4 plus 45 into. It's coming to 180.
Sorry.
Yes, sir, 180.
Okay, good. We have the table here. Let's see. Meter, turn into meters, okay. 0, 0 minus A1 is minus 180. Minus 180 minus A2 minus 360. Angle will be vertex to base. So it will be a bell on the negative side like this, correct, beta? Something like this.
Correct.
This will be the diagram. Let me make it in blue. This is the BM diagram, guys, for this question. It is minus 360, minus 180, minus 180. If anybody has any questions, let me know. Anybody who's still doing and wants me to wait here, please unmute and give a shout. Guys, I have not received any request. Last opportunity. If anybody is still doing, please unmute.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Doing, sir.
So, bhai, bol diya karo na, Samir.
Yes, sir.
You need special invitation 4 times. You want me to ask you, right?
Okay, sir.
Let me know as soon as you are done. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay. Anybody else, guys? Samir is done. Anybody else? Okay. Guys, there is one question which came few years back, not a very recent one. I think that should be there in the list further down. It may not be in the questions that I sent you. This one. I don't think this is the 10th one in the list I had sent you. I don't know if it is there or not. I don't think it's there. It's not there. Please take a screenshot. This is definitely a MMD question. It came a few years back. I don't know why. Let me see. I think I would have the month also. Let me just see. Give me a minute. I'll give you. Okay. I'll just give you that question also, which month it was, so that you are more comfortable with it. Yeah, it was in 2015, May 2015. I'm sending the question paper also. And I'm also sharing the solution of what I'm going to cover after this. So anyway, don't waste your time. I'm just sharing it so that it is with you. That's all. The question paper has also reached. So it is a 2015 question, guys. What do you see in this question? Why am I separately talking about it? In this question, he has not given you the breadth of the hold. He's not given you the stowage factor. And he's not given you the height of the cargo. Can you read the question better? A box-shaped barge, 40 meter long, light displacement is fine. 40 meter long, breadth is not given, let us say B. Is light displacement is given, so one part of the table is not an issue, 160 tons. Is loaded with 200 tons of cargo. Cargo weight is given, peaking at the mid-length. That means it has the maximum height at the mid-length. And sloping uniformly, that means in a straight line to 0 at the ends. That means the cargo is like this, correct, beta? Am I right, guys? Does everybody agree? Correct, class?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. Now he's not given you the draft. You can't get the load displacement. He's not given you the height of the cargo. Let us say height is h, whatever it is. So what is not given to you is B is not given. H is not given. Stowage factor is also not given. These three things are not given to you. Nor has it given you, only the weight of the cargo is given. So sometimes you can get stranded in such question if you are not already familiar with it. I'm sure you all agree that light displacement we'll need how the cargo is distributed and how buoyancy is distributed. Am I right, guys? One thing is
Yes,
very
sir.
clear, that buoyancy will be uniformly distributed because cargo and light weight are uniformly distributed and it's a box-shaped vessel. Correct, beta? Correct?
Correct, sir.
And if cargo is 200 tons and light displacement is 160, then buoyancy will be how much? 360 tons at 9 tons per meter. Correct? Light displacement will be 160 tons at 4 tons per meter, guys. Am I right? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Where will be the problem? Problem will be the cargo weight. I'm sure you will take 3 points. We have already discussed this, A, B, and C. What will be the cargo weight at A and C per unit length?
Zero.
How much would it be at B? So that is what you need to calculate. So sometimes you may think the question is wrong because you have not seen this question by yourself. So guys, let me tell you how will you get the cargo weight at B. First, let's get the cargo weight by geometry. Cargo weight will be equal to area of this triangle, that is half. Base is 40 meters into H. Is this the area of this triangle, guys? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Into the breadth, okay? Capital B, that makes the volume. Divided by stowage factor will make the weight of the cargo. Yes or no, beta? Am I right? Correct, guys?
Yes, sir.
Correct, sir.
And this cargo weight is given to us as 200 in the question. This 2 will cancel this 20, this 20 will cancel this and will become 10. And what does, you can have B is equal to this or H is equal to this, doesn't matter, whatever you want to have. That means H will be equal to 10 into stowage factor upon B. Yes or no, beta? Do you agree with this relationship?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, what will be the cargo weight in tons per meter at B? What did I say? Length how much? Length how much?
1 meter.
Height how much? Breadth how much in this question? Capital B.
B.
Height how much? H.
H.
Divided by stowage factor, correct?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Now replace H by what you have got above. So 1 by B into SF. And now I'm replacing this H by 10 into SF by B. This is your H. Yes or no, beta? Am I right?
Yes. So 10. 10
Yes.
tons
So
per.
SF and S cancel, B and B will cancel. So cargo weight at B will be equal to 10 tons per meter. Understood, beta? This small thing can just catch you off guard in the exams if you are not familiar with this, and can cost you straight away 25 marks. So you need to be looking out for past papers if there is any concern. I hope if this question comes, then now you can solve it. We have done a similar question earlier, beta. Only the value may not have been 10 tons, then it may have been something different. Yes or no?
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir.
So now you have light displacement, you have buoyancy, and you have the cargo weight at A, B, and C. And now can you draw the SFBM diagrams for this?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Correct. This question is not in the list I have sent class. So if you want, you can take a screenshot. And if you've understood, then it's fine. Whichever way you are comfortable. Now, guys, we are left with only one question, which also up to the last stage, it will be okay. Last stage, some manipulation will be required, for which you'll have to be careful. But before that, I have digitized the second question of the list. So let me just show that. Many of you would have done it, I know. But since it's digitized, it will not take much time. So let me just show. And its diagram will come similar to, values will be different. Its diagram will come very similar to that of that log you had done, that log which was floating. A box-shaped vessel, 80-meter long, light displacement 800 tons, loads 200 tons in the forward compartment and 200 tons in the aft compartment. Guys, don't you think it has become like a log now? Log also had the weights only at the ends, 1/4 each. Yes or no? The
Yes,
question
sir.
that you asked me to do in the when we started the class, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And if you, okay. The 200 tons out there, draw the SF and BM. Better mute yourself if you're not talking to me, please. Please mute yourself. Now you see, guys, vessel will be on even keel. We can take 5 points, we can take 4 points, middle point can be avoided. You can take it, choice is yours, doesn't matter. For load, buoyancy is 1200 tons. It will be 15 tons per meter. If anybody has solved, you can compare quickly. If you have not solved, then you need to solve it and see. Light displacement, you'll divide the A and E. And this is how the light displacement would come. Weight of the cargo, you'll divide A, B, D, and E. Reasons you already know, guys. Have I filled in the cargo weights correctly? Just see, guys. Right, guys?
Yes, sir. Correct.
And then we'll have the total weight. And we prefix it with minus. We have the being box shaped on even keel, buoyancy is uniformly distributed. So we divide first and the last point. And that gives us the load. All the three forces, the light displacement, the cargo weights, and the buoyancy comprise of horizontal lines. So the load diagram will also comprise of straight horizontal lines. And the load diagram would come what like this. But I've done it up to load diagram, I think, and then you can, from here you can, this is the similar load diagram which we got in case of that log. Only the values were different. If you've taken down the log question, can you compare? Is the shape of the load diagram exactly the same, class?
Yes,
But
sir.
for the values?
Same, sir.
Yeah. So you'll get similar shape of the SF and BM.
It's not required to take C, right? I mean, we can have
It's not, I said, but if you want to avoid C, I said when I was making load table, I said you can take 5, you can do with C if you want. Okay. Okay. But what will happen is, yeah, you can, but what will happen is when you take SF, C will come for BM definitely in any case. Because SF will be 0 at C. Okay.
Yes, it will cross. Yes.
Yeah. So it will add to BM then. Okay. If you miss for load and SF, it's okay. But in any case, for BM, it will come into picture, right, beta?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So you want to avoid for the first two, it's okay. That's fair. No issues at all. So just quickly to take it through, since it was digitized, it doesn't take much time. So I said, let me just take you through this. Guys, have a quick look at the sheet other than the 11th question or the last question in the sheet. If any other question is bothering you, please let me know. Have a quick look at the sheet I sent you yesterday. If you have not done it, have a quick glance through it quickly and let me know. This question we've already done. I think this is again and again repeating. This came in May 22 also. I don't know why they are messing it up. Seawater on top, then fresh water down below. I don't know what are they doing. Okay. This is the question I gave you. This was May 22, 2015. Okay. Please go through the sheet, and if you're done with the sheet and no questions on you were up to question number the last question, but for the last question, are you okay with everything else? Please let me know.
Yes,
if you do these many questions, I think 8-10 questions on SFBM of a box shaped vessel, I don't think you should have any problems in handling it. Guys, now we go to the last question, which is when the vessel is trimmed. It's box shaped, but it is trimmed. Now, when it is box shaped and trimmed, then what will happen? The buoyancy will not be uniformly distributed. Why? See here. If the vessel is like this, the underwater volume here will be lesser, underwater volume here will be more. Yes or no? Correct, Beta?
Correct, sir.
So buoyancy contributed by this volume 1 will be less, and volume contributed by volume 2 will, and both are same 1 meter length. So buoyancy per meter length at this location 1 will be less, and buoyancy per meter length at location 2 will be more. Do you agree with me, Beta? Yes or no? Correct, class? Am I right? Okay. And what is buoyancy? By definition, buoyancy is the weight of the water displaced, correct? Yes or no? Correct? Am I right, Beta? Is the buoyancy weight of the water displaced, class?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So buoyancy, I'm just writing, I'll clear it. Buoyancy is weight of water displaced. And what is the weight of water displaced? Equal to. This is equal to volume of water displaced into density of the water. Am I right? Correct? Correct, guys? And what is the volume of the water displaced? That is the volume displaced. If you're saying per unit length, that means over 1 meter length. And what will the volume of water displaced in per meter at a point depend upon? It will depend upon the length of the underwater volume. It will depend on the breadth of the underwater volume, and it will depend on the height of the underwater volume. When we are saying 1 meter, what does it mean? Length is 1 meter. What is the breadth? Breadth is the breadth of the ship. What is the height of the underwater volume called, guys?
Draft.
What is draft? Is that clear? Yes or no? So in this diagram, what factor will be causing the buoyancy to change? Why buoyancy per meter at 1 is less than buoyancy per meter at 2? What is the difference? Difference is the draft at the 2 points. Understood, class? Like in case of cargo, it was the height of the cargo. In case of buoyancy, it is the draft of the vessel, right? Understood? Am I clear, class? So the buoyancy per meter length will be changing from point to point, and that will be the change in your load table. So let's go through this question. This question is digitized. Guys, up to SF, I don't expect you guys to have a problem. There will be some discomfort when it comes to BM, that I know, I'm telling you upfront. Okay, there will be some discomfort. Would you like to make it, or let me make the question diagram to save on time. A box-shaped barge 32 meter long, 5 meter wide is empty and afloat on even keel. What does it mean? If it's afloat on even keel, that means light displacement is uniformly distributed. Even if it was not said, we'll still take it that way only. It has 4 identical holds and its light displacement is 120. So light displacement is 120 distributed over 32 meters. Bulk cargo is then loaded and trimmed level in the compartments as given. Number 1, 124, number 2, 216, number 3, 134, number 4, 225. The final drafts are found to be 4 meters forward and 6 meters aft. Draw the SFBM diagram. Usually this question never used to come. And unfortunately, it came in 22. So it's always better to do it and then know where there can be some discomfort so that you are mentally prepared to address the discomfort. Guys, this is the box-shaped vessel. I'm sure you'll agree. You have light displacement, which is uniformly distributed at 3.8 tons per meter. You have 124 tons of cargo here. You have 216 tons of cargo here. You have 134 tons of cargo here. And you have 225 tons of cargo here. Does everybody agree? Please look at the question and the diagram. In agreement? And the vessel is floating with 4 meters forward and 6 meters aft. Guys, if I have to draw the SFBM diagram, how many points do I need to take? Look at the diagram and tell me the number of points. Count the number of points. 5. So this point is not an issue. So I take these 5 points. Guys, what is the draft at E? 4 meters. What is the draft at A? 6 meters. Then what will be the draft at C class?
5.
5 meters. What will be the draft at B? Draft at B? 5.5 beta. Mean of 5 and 6.
5.5.
Yes, and likewise D will be 4.5. Am I right?
4.5.
Correct? Okay. Now, light displacement is not an issue. You already know it's 3.8 tons per meter. Cargo weights also in the diagram, I have already given you how many tons per meter, so we don't have to occupy space on that. Let's calculate the buoyancy per meter at all these points. Guys, what will be the buoyancy in tons per meter at A? How much length do we have to take?
1
meter. Multiplied by how much breadth?
5
Multiplied by how much draft?
6.
And this is the underwater volume then, and multiplied by density of seawater, correct? Because the density is not given in the question, correct, beta? Am I right?
Correct, sir.
So this comes to 30.8 tons per meter. Am I right? Likewise, we can calculate the buoyancy in tons per meter at B, C, D, and E. You don't have to waste time. What you can do is, only thing that has changed is the draft. So what can you do? 30.8, you divide by 6 meters draft and multiply by 5.5. That will be faster. Otherwise, you can put the values again. 5.5 into 1 into 5 into 1.025. The only changing factor is the draft. So you could have saved time by cutting short. And likewise, you can calculate buoyancy in tons per meter at all the 5 points. Please have a look at it. Take 5 seconds and let me know if there is a concern. This is the only different new learning as far as this question is concerned, that the buoyancy shall not be uniformly distributed. Its diagram will be a slanting straight line like the water line which you can see. Its graph will be a slanting straight line. Is that clear, class? Clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, we make the load table for 5 things. First is the light displacement. I don't think that is a problem. Please let me know quickly if anybody has any objections about the light displacement. I don't think there should be any problem. Am I right? It's uniformly distributed from one end to the other. First end points divided into 2 and changing from 3.8 to 0 or 0 to 3.8 as the case be. Cargo. Look at the diagram. Any of the points need to be divided into 2, guys, for cargo weight? How many points need to be divided into?
A and
Sorry?
E.
Only A and
A
E.
and E.
Only A and E.
Sir,
Look at the
सारे होंगे
diagram.
sir. All.
Sir, all of them.
All
So
the
why
points.
A and E only, bhai?
Sir, all of them.
Yeah, so what has happened? These values are picked up from the diagram, correct, beta? I'm sure you're okay with it. There is no change in these 2 rows. You already know them. You have done so many questions of where the cargo was trimmed level. And this will give you the total weight. And we'll suffix it with minus now, because we are going from left to right and downward forces are minus. So there is no new learning as far as total weight is concerned. Correct, guys? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Now we go to the buoyancy. Buoyancy is not uniformly distributed. Okay. Guys, the draft is not suddenly changing at B, C, and D. It is changing, but it is not suddenly changing. Where is the sudden change in the buoyancy? At the ends. Yes or no? Am I right? Correct, class? The draft is not suddenly changing at B,
Yes,
C,
sir.
and D. Correct? So B, C, and D need not be divided into 2. What needs to be divided into 2 are the 2 ends. And do you agree this filling up of the buoyancy from here? These values finding their place into the table now. Is that clear?
Exactly.
And buoyancy being upwards, it's prefixed with a positive sign. Plus, plus, plus. And what does it lead us to? It leads us to load. And we get the load now. All the points need to be divided. Why? Because the weight is divided in all the 5 points. And we get this as the value of the load. Any questions, guys? Okay, now we make the load diagram. Will the load diagram lines be straight slanting? Yes or no? Because light displacement is horizontal straight line. Cargo weights are horizontal lines. Buoyancy is straight slanting lines. So resultant will be slanting straight lines. And when you plot them, you'll get the load diagram like this. Please have a good look at the load diagram with respect to the load table. Any questions on this? Clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
Now, guys, yesterday also we discussed how much should be the shearing force, how much is the shearing force at the ends and how much is the bending moment at the ends, free ends. At the free ends, I didn't say 0. Now the ship, both the ends are free. Now shearing force has to be 0 and we are going to use the load diagram to get shearing force. Now if you see, if shearing force at E has to be 0, then this area in this diagram, and this area in this diagram seem to be equal and nullifying each other. And likewise, this area and this area, they seem to be cancelling out each other, but for minor variations. What are the minor variations? It's 3.7 here, it's 3.8 here. It's 1.1 here, it's 1.2 here. It's 7.6 here, it's 7.7 here. It's 5 here, it's 5.2 here. Yes, there are some variations. Now, why these variations are coming? Because the load, the cargo weight has been rounded off. Maybe the buoyancy has been rounded off when we calculated at these points. And secondly, so one is the rounding off issue. And the second is, guys, if you add all these weights, which weights? Light displacement plus cargo in the holds. How much does it come? Can you please quickly total? 120 plus 225 plus 134 plus 216 plus 124. How much does it come? I think it comes 799 tons. Just see.
819.
699.
819. How much is the total displacement coming by adding of weights, which are given in the question?
819.
819. Okay, 819 tons. And how much is the buoyancy coming by draft? See that, the beauty of it. It will be length into breadth into mean draft will be 5 meters into 1.025. Buoyancy you are taking in the calculation, this is 820 tons, correct? And weights you are taking is 819 tons actually, correct, Beta?
Yes, sir.
So there is already a mismatch of 1 ton in this because the drafts have also been rounded off. So this minor variation which is coming in these trapeziums is A, because of rounding off of the drafts, which is leading to a 1 ton mismatch between the buoyancy used in the load table and the weights used in the load table, number one. Number two, the buoyancies have per ton per meter have been rounded off. So are the weights in the cargo holds have been rounded off, and all that is showing up as minor difference in the values of these trapeziums. Do you understand, Beta? Otherwise, if the SF at E has to be 0, then I'm sure you can look at it. This area 1 must nullify area 2, and this area 3 must nullify area 4. Do you agree with my logic, guys? Yes or no?
Yes, sir, correct.
Okay. So I know it is all spillover of rounding off issues. It's nothing else. Otherwise, these areas are exactly the same. Anyway, you don't bother yourself. I'm just telling you. What I'll do is like this now. See here. This is the SF load diagram. How many points do we need to calculate the SF, guys? Tell me. How many points we need to take for SF table? Look at the load diagram.
So 5.
Okay.
5.
So here, yeah. So I have calculated these areas separately by their actual values. So I'm not trying to do any adjustment here, though I can do adjustment here also. That is another way of handling it, but no need. Just keep it simple. By area of trapezium A1, area 2, area 3, and area 4. These are the areas you'll get when you calculate them. I don't think that should be a concern again, guys. Correct, Beta?
Correct, sir.
Okay. Now I'll make SF table while area under the load diagram for 5 points. SF to the at A is 0. At B, I carry forward 0, and at B is minus A1. That means minus 19.2. I carry forward minus 19.2 plus A2. A2 is 50.4. It becomes plus 31.2. I carry forward plus 31.2 minus A3, which is 51.6, is minus 20.4. I carry forward minus 24 plus A4, and it comes to a residual of 0.4 minus 0.4. which is only a spillover effect. And what have I done? I have taken that equal to 0. Understood, class?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Right. Anybody has any questions up to the SF table? Now we'll plot the SF points, and then looking at the trapezium, whether from smaller side to bigger side or bigger side to smaller side, we'll try and shape it. Up to SF, you are not going to face any problems, guys. Don't worry. What I have done is all in flow of things which you already know. Let me push it up. Now, A to B is a trapezium from smaller side to the bigger side. Okay, difference is though not much, but yes, definitely it's from smaller to bigger. So the curve comes somewhat like this. A2 is trapezium from bigger side to smaller side. So it will be more steeper closer to B. And then it will become less steeper as we go to C. It will not become 0 at C because it is not the vertex of a triangle. There is a small side there. So the curve will be somewhat like this. More steeper here and then steepness reducing slightly. The other half will be mirror image of it because A3 is a mirror image of A2 and A4 is mirror image of A1. So basically the other two parts will be mirror image of it. I'm sure up to this place you are not very discomforted. Am I right, beta? Am I right, guys?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Up to drawing of SF diagram, you'll not be discomforted. Discomfort will now start for BM. And why am I announcing upfront? So that you don't go into distress mode. This is bound to happen if this question comes. But do it and do it peacefully. Now, guys, what has BM got to be at E? BM at E has to be
0.
0. Why? Because the free ends BM has to be 0. At A it is 0. At E also it should be 0. If you look at this diagram, then what should happen? Basically, this diagram has two areas, 1 and 2. Do you agree 1 and 2 have to be equal? Yes. Then what happens? 1 should be nullifying what? 1 should be equal to this much. This positive area, 1 should nullify this, and 2 should nullify this. Why? Because area 3 and 4 are also equal. Am I right, guys? Yes or no? Correct?
Correct.
Now, problem here, I know it will be 0 at E, but making these areas equal by plotting manually, everybody will have a slightly different curvature and you will have a problem. Now, of course, I can calculate Bx and Yd, but don't get into geometry here. Why? Because now you'll not get a triangle, you'll actually get a trapezium, which will result into a quadratic equation. It can be done, but it is not going to be user-friendly way of doing. So now here I have no choice but to rely on my graph to read Bx and dy. And these values I showed you in one of the earlier slides also. I have the graph in the background always. So this from my graph was 2.6, and that's the best you can read. Now you cannot say 2.601. I can't read that much. Whatever is the least count of my graph, I read this and it came 2.6 meters. Now, guys, when I'm reading from the graph, obviously, then the area at E is not going to, the BM at E is not going to be 0. At B, it is not going to be 0. At E, it's not going to be 0. At C, it's not going to be 0 because this and this should cancel and BM should be 0 at C also in this case, and definitely 0 at E. It will not be 0 at E if I do like this. But don't bother in the exam. Keep calculating. Keep calculating and close out the question. And whatever is the residual at E, make it 0. like I did this one here 0, like this one. And I know in this diagram at C also it has to be 0. And obviously these areas will have to be calculated by Simpson's rule. So it is not a user-friendly way. Okay. Nevertheless, I'll take you through this solution. You see, you can see the graph here, right? This is how I have read it. Correct, beta? Understood? So it is not that I have put something for the sake of putting here. It's all been picked up from the graph, guys. Okay, now this is the SF diagram where we were struggling. Now I'll calculate these areas separately first, because I thought this way it will be, these two areas will be equal. So I can calculate them together. Area 1 and area 2, area 3 and area 4 will be equal, and area 5 and area 6 will be equal. Now I have calculated area 1 by Simpson's rules. Now for Simpson's rules again, now you have no choice but to pick up the values from your graph. And that is why making BM 0 at the ends will become a challenge. Okay, so it will be a challenge, I'm telling you, when you draw it. But I'm also sure nobody is going to struggle to set a paper on his own. Most probably they'll again repeat the same question, if at all. Why did they include this? Because it's a solved example in Captain Subramaniam's book. It is a solved example in Captain Subramaniam's book. So the guy also must have copied the solution. Okay, but Captain Subramaniam has not done this way. He's taken this as almost straight and as triangle. So I have shared that solution also with you, but I have gone the correct way. It's up to you, whichever way you want to do it. I have calculated these areas beta. A1 to A6. A1, A2 are same, A3, A4 are same, A5 and A6 are same. And now obviously, how many points do I need for the BM table beta? Look at the diagram, SF diagram. I'll need how many points?
7.
5 plus 2. So now I make the BM table here. You see. Then minus A1. A1 is 62.9. I carry forward minus 62.9 minus A3, minus 25. So minus 87.9. Now, problem is when you calculate A5, if your curve is not correct, you may not get it close to 87.9. Why? Because I can see here it should become 0 at C in this particular case at least. So now when I calculate it and I add A5 is 89.3, which leaves a plus of 1.4. And since my diagram is showing me that it will be 0 at C, therefore I have also made it 0 at C. If you want, you can make it 0, or you can carry over plus 1.4. There is no problem in that. It's both ways, it's correct. Then I carry forward 0, then plus A6. It's plus A6, not A5, sorry. This is plus A6. And it's plus 89.3. And plus 89.3 minus A4 is plus 64.3. Plus 64.3 minus A2, 62.9. So it is plus 1.4, again becoming 0. Had you carried this forward, this would have become plus 2.8, and you can make it 0 here. Doesn't matter, whichever way you want to do, it's okay. Perfectly fine, no problem. Have you understood, guys, what I have done and what am I telling you? In case you want, you can carry forward from C and make it 0 at the end also, okay? Correct, Peter?
Yes,
Is
sir.
that clear? Okay. And now, once these values are there, then we can definitely be considering the SF BM diagram. 7 points. Now, A to B, you can take it as a triangle from vertex to base. So the curve will be somewhat like this. A to B will be somewhat like this. Second is can be taken as a triangle from base to vertex, so steep and then becoming 0. Next, A5 is a triangle from vertex to base. So first steep and then going like this. And this is how basically these two curves are exactly identical. One below the x-axis, one above the x-axis. And this is what is your your BM diagram for this. Captain Subramaniam has done it slightly differently. He's taken them A5 also as a triangle. That solution also I have shared with you. I have shared my solution with you also. Just go through this question in case somebody repeats the paper, guys, and be prepared to handle this question. Can you check if you have received Captain Subramaniam's solution, the PDF?
Yes, sir, received.
Okay. If you're more comfortable with Captain Subramaniam's solution, it's okay with me, perfectly fine. Whichever way you want to do it, because I had to continue what I taught you, because I suddenly can't change and say treat this as a triangle or something. So I had to maintain the continuity of teaching, and that's why I have continued the way I taught you rather than being suddenly changing the tracks and changing the way we handle the question. Please check you also have my solution below the question paper that I sent you. Correct? So you have both my solution and the author's solution, both are with you. Whichever gives you comfort, but be prepared for this because it came not very long ago. It came in 2022. And if somebody repeats the question paper, you may suddenly be taken by surprise. But if you're mentally prepared, and even if the question changes, please tell yourself there is going to be no problem up to load diagram. There is no problem up to SF diagram. There will be slight discomfort for BM. And if you tell yourself like this, when you reach the BM stage, you'll be able to adjust your things. On citing the question, don't start giving up. Don't get into state of panic. If this question comes, you need to tell that there will be, I expect some slight discomfort in BM, and I'll keep another 5 minutes extra for the BM diagram, and I'll be able to manage and handle it. Is that clear, class?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, guys, with this from my side, I'll remain connected. Don't worry. If there are any doubts, I'll take them before I call it off. From my side, 3 main topics are done. Moment of inertia and its applications, bilging, and SFBM. These 3 topics come to an end. Now, what is left are the small topics, beta. Small topics means heel during turn, inclining experiment, then angle of LOL and GM at angle of LOL, list when the ship inclines with GM initial metacentric height 0, then weather criteria, then little bit on this parametric and resonant ruling, and then little bit on what you say deterministic and probabilistic method of stability, for which I need 3 sessions, guys. Now you tell me, how do you want to address these 3 sessions? I can do 1 more today and 2 tomorrow. I can do 1 tomorrow, 1 day after, 1 day after. Whichever way you think it will suit everybody's cause, I'm ready because I'm free now. I have no issues, no travel plans, nothing. I'm done with my things. So if you want a second session today, we can have a second session today. If you want 2 sessions tomorrow, which in any case are scheduled, I can have 2 tomorrow. If you want to have only 1 tomorrow morning one, you want to push for another 2 days, choice is entirely with you. You tell me what do you want in the class now.
So 1
Need to
today.
like this, sir. The evening and
Sorry?
We have 2 tomorrow.
2 tomorrow, 1 today.
No problem. I can have 2 tomorrow also. Firstly, do you want a evening 5 o'clock session today? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Good.
Okay, fine. Oh, okay. So let's connect at 5 o'clock. And if you have any more doubts on SFBM, you can let me know. And please, for 5 o'clock session, take a 50 minutes break. And for 5 o'clock session, please keep your hinge